Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, Bitcoin just hit $19,000 for the first time in count 'em, years. In those last 3 years, Bitcoin has had its fair share of ups and downs, but now Bitcoin looks like it's returning to all-time high. We are, at the time of recording this video, only $600 away from the all-time high that Bitcoin has ever hit. Another thing that I want to mention is that XRP has just gone on a freaking moonshot ride because XRP is up 112%. We have a lot to talk about in today's video, guys. Quite a lot of analysis to do on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I think you're going to get a lot of great value out of today's video. If you do, as always, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We have something pretty cool on our story over on Instagram, so make sure and go and follow us over at CryptoJeb. The lower third will tell you where to go. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Before we get started, I do want to mention one of the sponsors of this channel, and that would be Bybit. Guys, Bybit is the cryptocurrency exchange that I personally trade on, and it's the one that I recommend that you guys trade on because it is a very fast-growing exchange. They care a lot about customer service. They have a lot of liquidity. I love their user interface, and overall, it's just a good exchange. If you're a more advanced trader and you've been doing this for a while, another thing you can do on Bybit is use leverage. I would encourage you to be careful with that because you can hurt yourself with leverage, but if you're an experienced trader like me, then it is a very useful tool to have in your tool belt. You can get started trading on Bybit with the link at the top of a pinned comment in our comment section. Using that link does help out our channel. Thank you very much for using it. But we need to go ahead and talk about Bitcoin because, guys, this is a pretty exciting day. We're actually going to do something a little different today, and we're going to start out on the monthly chart because I want to show you guys the RSI for Bitcoin. As you can see, this is Bitcoin's RSI. We're currently sitting at 73 on the monthly chart. You might not think much of that. You might say, okay, cool, Bitcoin is starting to get into overextended territory. But if you look at BLX and you look at the entire history of Bitcoin, this is actually only the third time in the history of cryptocurrency that we've ever rallied above overextension on Bitcoin. We rallied to about 65 during the previous little short bull market back in 2019, but the last actual proper bull market back over here, we stayed above 70 on RSI pretty much the entire time. The same thing was true for the bull market previous to that one. This is extremely important because, guys, we've talked about a ton of different technical indicators that prove that we're going into a bull market. One of them, of course, being the TD sequential, about to hit 9 on the monthly chart. As you can see, we're sitting at 8 right now, and the previous bull market started with a 9 flash on TD sequential, and we stayed overextended on TD sequential the entire time. Another thing that you have to take into consideration is that Bitcoin has come down and tested the 200 weekly simple moving average before every single bull market. Whenever Bitcoin does that, goes on a bull market, goes on a bull market, guess what? We're in another bull market because we tested that level. Even going down to the daily chart, we can look at the 50 simple moving average, that being this one right here, crossing the 200 simple moving average. That cross right there is called a golden cross. Whenever one of those happens, Bitcoin normally goes into a bull market. If we look at our previous bull market, we saw a pattern where the 50 crossed above the 200 in a golden cross, crossed below the 200 in a death cross, and then crossed above the 200 again in another golden cross. And from there, of course, Bitcoin would rally, I don't know, let's see, about 8,500%. Well, as you guys can see, and I called this like, I don't know, a year ago, I said that Bitcoin had a bullish golden cross, then we had a death cross, then we had another golden cross that confirmed technically that we were going into a bull market. Well, guess what? Ever since this cross, Bitcoin has rallied 117% in less than 200 days. Guys, there are a ton of reasons to believe that Bitcoin's in a bull market, and I'll be quite honest with you, I think $20,000 is just the beginning. Remember the last time that we hit 20K? Bitcoin had all kinds of attention. That was what the media was talking about. There wasn't a ton going on in December of 2017. Everyone was talking about Bitcoin. It was all over the news. Bitcoin for Christmas. That was what the news story looked like at the time. No one's talking about Bitcoin right now. We're starting to see mainstream media coverage coming in, but in general, there's not much attention on Bitcoin right now, and we're sitting right below all-time high. This is insane. Guys, this space is developing with a velocity which we have never seen before, and it's incredibly exciting. You might ask, Jeb, what's the point of this video? I'll tell you what the point of this video is. I want you to understand where Bitcoin is going. And I want you to understand, when people say $100,000 for Bitcoin, that's not crazy. That's not exaggerative. That's actually very much in the realm of possibility. Apple is a $2 trillion company. Bitcoin, even though it hit an all-time high just recently in market capitalization, it's only worth $350 billion. Now, saying only and $350 billion in the same sentence is a little funny, and you could even write a comedy sketch based on that, but at the end of the day, when you look at the derivatives markets, when you look at the real estate market, when you look at the stock markets of the world, the New York Stock Exchange has $30 trillion worth of stocks on it. Bitcoin is worth $300 billion. We're sitting at 100th of the value of one stock exchange, albeit the largest stock exchange on the planet, but one singular stock exchange. Bitcoin if it is to achieve its goal to become a world reserve currency, or even just the world currency, and to replace the property of gold that is having a safe store of value, it makes sense that Bitcoin would increase in value by 20 to 100 times. Where would that put Bitcoin? Let's run some simple math here. That puts us between $400,000 a coin and $2 million a coin. Ask yourself, how much Bitcoin do you have? How much is it worth right now? And then how much would it be worth if it was 20 times as valuable? That's where Bitcoin is capable of going. Because guys, the fact of the matter is there are all kind of niches that are a lot bigger than cryptocurrency on YouTube. I mean, God, you can find... I bet there are YouTubers out there getting more views on monster truck videos than there are people getting views on cryptocurrency videos. It goes to show how small and nascent this space is. It's a very new ecosystem that we're building here. Cryptocurrency is only 12 years old. The entire concept is new. Most people have never even heard of Bitcoin, and those that have, they don't even know what it is, and they don't know the two core principles of decentralization and limited supply that bring it value. I want to make sure that you have your mentality right about cryptocurrency, because a lot of people think, oh, we're here. Bitcoin just hit $20,000. Hooray! We can plateau in now and we can just trade sideways. No, guys, just because Bitcoin's at $20,000 and we're worth $1/3 trillion does not mean that we are done with this run. We are actually very far from the top, and there's no reason that Bitcoin's about to stop at $20,000. It's going to continue. I think all of that just rhymed. That was pretty interesting. How about that? So I make my final point, and that is this. It's going to be very tempting to sell your investment portfolio at $20,000. Believe me, I get it, because almost everyone holding Bitcoin right now is up, and those of us that are down maybe 1%. It's very, very tempting to cash out now, buy your Lamborghini, pop your champagne bottles, go on a world trip. It's very tempting to do that. I'm encouraging you guys to think more long-term than that. Bitcoin has been here 3 years ago. The fundamentals in this space, I would say, are at least 500% more powerful than they were 3 years ago when we were here. Think long-term. It's very easy to get caught up in the mentality of, oh, I'm here, we made it, good deal, let's celebrate, let's sell half of our Bitcoin and fly private to Las Vegas. It's easy to want to do that. I would encourage you not to. That's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Talk to your CPA, your financial advisor, your tax attorney, the dude next door that's got that crystal ball and he always tells you what's going to happen because he's a psychic or something and he's weird. Consult those guys. Don't consult me. But it is my opinion that you shouldn't be selling your Bitcoin just because we're hitting $20,000, because this is just the very beginning. This is about to go to the freaking moon. We've been calling it for 3 years, guys. We've been saying this was going to happen, and now we are being vindicated. I encourage you, don't get weak hands just because you're sitting on a ton of profit. It's true that you haven't actually made money until you sell, but it's also true that when you sell, you lose the ability to make more. Think about that. And also, guys, I would encourage you of something else. When you do sell, remember why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was not created to enrich people. It does that. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that have made a lot of money on Bitcoin. I'm one of them. But Bitcoin was not created as a get-rich-quick scheme. It wasn't even created for what a lot of us do, which is use it as an entrepreneurial pursuit to make money for ourselves, to better ourselves, our families, our churches, our communities, and the people around us. It wasn't even made for that. The reason that Bitcoin was created was to better the world. That's why this is here. That's why cryptocurrency exists. That's why Bitcoin is as successful as it is because it was created to solve a problem. So remember when you're selling your Bitcoin and taking profit to solve some problems. There are people around you that could use your help. Don't keep it all to yourself. And a lot of people get upset when they're like, Jab, we don't want to hear your moralistic approach. We don't want to hear you. Well, go to a different channel then. I'm sorry. This is what we're going to talk about because it's important. Some very good things are about to happen in both of our lives, and I want to make sure we're ready for them. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CryptoJeb. And if you haven't already, the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is on sale. You can use the coupon code BULLRUN2020 to get up to $40 off at checkout when you sign up with the link in the description down below. CT2A is a one-stop shop to learn everything you need to know about trading, investing, and profiting in Bitcoin. It's the course that we've been operating for over 2 years and has helped nearly 3,000 students advance their career in cryptocurrency. We cover everything from the introductory stuff like support and resistance, candlestick reading, and the like, to technical indicators that you'll need in your technical analysis, and the more advanced concepts that you will need to actually master technical analysis and trading. This coupon code will be running through Thursday on Thanksgiving, so make sure to get signed up today. Anyway, guys, I do really appreciate all the support over the last 3 years we've been running this channel. The next 3 years are going to be incredible. We have some amazing things we're working on behind the scenes, and I am really, really pumped. I've been saying it for like a year now that we got cool stuff going on. Dude, you have no idea how much kind of cool stuff we got on. I just got out of a meeting that I'm really excited about what the result of that is going to be. You're going to be seeing that in a few weeks. get pumped because we have a big announcement coming pretty soon. But like I said, you're going to see more about that. You will see updates on that first on our Instagram. So make sure to follow us at CryptoJeb. I already plugged it twice, but I'm going to plug it a third time. So I want you to go follow us. We got 58,000 subscribers and 1,100 followers on Instagram. That's a problem. We have an amazing employee named Gia who makes awesome infographics over on our Instagram. Go follow us on Instagram, dang it. I know you have one. Go do it. Thank you. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for sitting through my moral grandstanding and watching as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.